In this assignment, I chose to write about Miguel Suyuko's short story Be Here Now. The short story is written by Miguel Suyuko and portrays the consequences of the way we live in today's high-speed society. My main conclusion of this short story is that it's important to live in the present, but I also think the short story wants to raise awareness about the dangers of not being emotionally present, and this is reflected in our main character, because the reader is exposed to his thoughts and they are kind of harming in some way. In the short story there are two persons, our main character and his girlfriend Jenna, and they are actually engaged, so they're going to get married. He is a photographer, and we see that on page 3 where he says, "I browsed through some of my photos that made front pages." Jenna tries to cope with our main character's emotionally unavailability by showing that she supports him no matter what. And we actually see this in this quote. "Oh fuck, I stubbed my toe," I say to Jenna, and she puts down the tinkling box of light bulbs and comes to me to wrap her arms around my neck and quietly whispers, "Thank you for doing this." And that's on page 2, line 14. Jenna is very attentive to what our main character needs, because he's very emotionally unavailable, because he's been out taking pictures of war and stuff. So she tries to just show that she's there for him and that she supports him. And we also see this in this quote. "I showed those pictures to Jenna over dinner tonight. She said she was proud of me." And these pictures are kind of harsh to see. It's described. It's pictures of a soldier on his knees defusing an IED on the roadside outside a school. The swings in the background moving in the wind. So it's very emotional pictures and very scary pictures. So we have our main character who's very emotionally unavailable because of these traumatic events he has gone through in his photo op or something, when he has been out taking these pictures. The part that changes our main character is kind of important, and it just comes at the very end of the short story, where he's out in the garage, and a box of his is just stands there on the floor, and he finds this Daruma doll, which is a Japanese doll for happiness and luck. And the quote goes like this: "I don't remember what goal I'd set out to pursue. I searched the crayons in my pencil case until I find a blue one. Very slowly I color over the yellow." And that's on page 6, line 180. In this quote, he paints over the eye of the Daruma doll, and you do that when you want to set a goal and you paint over the other eye when you have achieved this goal. But he can't remember what goal he has set, so he paints over the eye and sets a new goal. And that's a very a drastic change for our American character, because after he's done this, Jenna finds him in the garage and feels very relieved And he says, "There you are," she says. She smiles. "Where have you been?" she says. "I've been wondering why you weren't with me." And that shows that Jenna all the time has felt that he was not really present, and that like she finally got her boyfriend back. And yeah, as a reader we kind of get the idea that his goal is maybe to be more present, or to be more attentive to Jenna or the things that goes on in their relationship. But we aren't told. It's just a feeling we get. A little bit about the point of view. In this short story, has a non-omniscient narrator, and the result of using a first-person non-omniscient narrator is that the story will always be colored by that person's point of view, and that person's point of view is, of course, our main characters. And we see this in this quote here. I know I won't be able to sleep. I know by experience that it takes at least a week to negotiate the limbo between the world and the one I've left behind. Usually, as now, I say it's jet lag." And that's on page 4, line 64. And in this scene, we get a piece of knowledge that his wife Jenna does not know of. The effect of this is that the reader will feel a deeper connection with the narrator, because the narrator is like opening up to us readers about his thoughts, and therefore we will maybe feel more apt to side with our main character. But in this story, it's more like we are like rooting for their relationship to work again. Yeah, so the message of this short story can like be summed up by looking at the two characters in our short story, because there's a big contrast between them. The main character reflects how most of us in today's society behave. We're inattentive to other people, and also sometimes inattentive to what is happening around us, because we're caught up in our own little bubble. And Jenna reflects how Suyuko may think that we ought to behave, because Jenna shows love and is attentive to her boyfriend's needs, and she's just there for him and roots for him and supports him. So I think maybe Suyuko wants to say that if we want things in society to change, we should start by looking in and change some things about ourselves, because we can't just go and correct other people's mistakes. And maybe he's also trying to tell that by being more attentive and patient, and to show people around you that you love them, the world will generally be a better place. Yes, this was my screencast of Be Here Now.